I bring this up because before us in John 5 is a story of a lonely man. In fact, the title of my message is Jesus and the Lonely Man. We're in a series, Jesus and You. We've looked at Jesus and the doubter, John the Baptist. We've looked at Jesus and the moral man, Nicodemus. We've looked at Jesus and the immoral woman, the woman at the well. Now we come to this guy in John chapter 5. Let's read about him. I'm reading John chapter 5, verses 1 to 16. And I'm reading, by the way, from the New Living Translation, 1 to 18, rather. Read along with me. Afterward, Jesus returned to Jerusalem on one of the Jewish holy days, and inside the city near the sheep gate was the pool of Bethesda with 5 covered porches. Crowds of sick people, blind, lame, or paralyzed, lay on the porches. One of the men laying there had been sick for 38 years. When Jesus saw him and knew he had been ill for a long time, he asked him, "Would you like to get well?" "I can't, sir," the sick man said, "for I have no one to put me in the pool. When the water bubbles up, someone else always gets there ahead of me." Jesus said, "Stand up, pick up your mat, and walk." Instantly the man was healed. He rolled up his sleeping mat and began walking. But this miracle happened on the Sabbath, so the Jewish leaders objected. They said to the man who was cured, "You can't work on the Sabbath. The law doesn't allow you to carry that sleeping mat." But the man replied, "The man who healed me told me, 'Pick up your mat and walk.'" "Who said such a thing as that?" they demanded. The man didn't know, for Jesus had disappeared into the crowd. But afterward, Jesus found him sitting in the temple and told him, "Now you are well. So stop sinning, or something even worse may happen to you." Then the man went and told the Jewish leaders it was Jesus who had healed him. So the Jewish leaders began harassing Jesus for breaking the Sabbath rules. But Jesus replied, "My Father is always working, and so am I." We'll stop there. Isn't that a great story? Here's my first point. This was a turning point in the life and ministry of Jesus. Up to this point, the religious leaders have tolerated Christ. Now they're going to outright turn against him because of this statement that Jesus makes. This statement would ultimately cost him his life. What was that statement? That statement was simply that he was equal with God. Speaking of the Almighty as his Father, he said, "My Father and I," there in verse 17.